In today's video, I am going to be opening up and sharing with you a product from Cora Crea Crafts. So stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Tracy and this is A Girl with Plans. I want to thank you all for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, I hope you will consider hitting that subscribe button while you're here. So I have a package that I received from Cora Crea Crafts. If you have seen some of my videos, you know I got the advent calendar and I also have the monthly subscription box. They actually reached out to me to see if they could send me a product to share with you guys. And I was like, sure. I'm loving their products, so I was super excited. So let's see what I got. So in addition to this product, they also gave me a discount code that I can share with you guys, which is PLANS15. That's PLANZ 15. That will save you 15% off. That will also save you 15% off your very first subscription purchase as well. So not just products in the shop, but also subscription purchases. I don't earn any commission from that. However, it does let them know that I sent you. So I would really appreciate if you would consider shopping using that discount code because it saves you some money. All right, so let's see what this is. First of all, let's just look at this box. So this is Planning and Journaling Companion. Look at this. So this tells you everything that's inside. This is such a pretty box. Ooh. As someone who loves to travel, this is like gorgeous. All right, this is the contents of the box. I unwrapped everything and I separated it because you saw that you had the cover and then you had everything else saran wrapped together, and I wanted to separate everything so we can see what we're getting. So let's take a good look at this cover first. It is so pretty. So it's the same pattern that's on the box. You have your ancient vintage map. I guess people don't want to say the word ancient anymore. Vintage map. It's this planning companion here. And then on the side, it says Planning and Journaling Companion. So it has a spine, looks like a book. So it looks really pretty on a shelf. And then Cora Crea Crafts. Everything is stitched. It's a very soft cover. This says it is leather. A unique vintage map soft leather cover. And then you get, let's see, a decorative separator sheet with elastic closure. So this is like hard plastic here. This is probably thicker than like your Happy Planner plastic cover. So it's a nice durability. And then you have your elastic strap, which can keep it closed when you have everything on it. So that is your cover. I'm going to set this aside for now because we're going to get into everything else. And I think we should probably start with the planning pages. So this is a cream colored paper. It is 100 GSM. So just for a feel test, this feels very smooth, maybe slick. I don't really use any planners that have this type of paper, so it's hard for me to say what it compares to, but it's definitely a much smoother texture than like your Happy Planners or anything like that. So this is just your name plate page. Of course, this is a 6 ring. I guess this is an A5 size. I have a junior notebook, close enough. A half letter notebook. So yeah, this is half letter size. I have A5 paper in here. So yeah, this is A5. There we go. It doesn't actually say that on the box. All right, so let's get started. You have your name plates page or your name page here, and then you have your perpetual calendar. Let me move all of this way off to the side. Well, you'll see it all in a minute. Let me do a frame check now that I've moved everything off to the side. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is your perpetual calendar. It says year, this year in one line. So there we go. So you have it already predated, even though this is an undated planner. It is your perpetual calendar is predated January through December. So I guess if you were to start using it in March, you can just start here and then wrap it around till January of 2026. It does have 31 slots. So you have a few extra slots there on certain months. And you have a dot grid page here. And then this is a fold out. It says travel planning, date, destination, and notes. And then when you fold it out, you have a world's map. And then right here, it says bucket list, your destination, and you can check it off. That's really, really cool. This is something that you definitely want to keep. Ooh, maybe I didn't pull everything over. And then following that, you have the United States National Parks. That's really, really cool. So you can check off the ones you went to, and then you can kind of keep track of where you want to go. That's really, really neat. It's cool because this is a travel themed journal or planner. So there we go. And then we get with the monthlies. Let me move some of this stuff aside. So now we get with the monthlies. Now, when I was looking through this, I can go ahead and tell you in advance. You see that there's a few like decorative elements on some of these pages. You only have the decorative elements on 2 of the months. So 10 of the months are completely like free of any type of embellishments. They all still have this like this kind of, I don't know what color you want to call it, like tan taupe type shading, which I actually really like. I think I'm so over the gray that I appreciate this a little bit more. This says goals over here, has month, year, and this month in one line. So then this is what your completely kind of neutral page looks like that's free from embellishments. You see you have your shaded notes box, your dot grid, everything else is the same. So like I said, you have 10 of these and they're all together. So all of the months are lumped together. That is something that I'm not used to. So I'm excited to actually try it. See if it's a problem, because I notice a lot of planners are going this route, especially a lot of your bound planners. And then here's the last month. So this is the other month that has a few embellishments. You can see it's not that many embellishments. So this one you have the pine cone and the butterfly, but they're so small that you could easily cover them up with anything you want. So that is your monthly. And then at the back you have this dot grid with some, I guess, trees, pine trees. I don't know what kind of trees they are. All right, so that is your first section. Then we come to our weekly sections, and I have these divided into 2. And the reason why is because all of these they have embellishments or decorated spines or whatever on the pages. So these are not super, they're neutral in the aspect of it's not like bright with colors, but they have a little bit of embellishment on the pages. I will do a full speed up flip through in a moment. And then this stack is completely neutral. So I'll just show you what the neutral one looks like first. There we go. So you have Monday through Thursday. So you have like a bigger, I guess, box area here, and then you have like a little space in the middle, and then you have a smaller grid there, so that way it kind of separates it, but it kind of doesn't. So if you want to have separate areas within your like little daily, you have them, but obviously you don't have to use them. Then you have like a little boxed off area where you can write the date. And then on the last free space, because you have Friday through Sunday here, I do like the weekends if you want to include Friday as part of the weekend on one page. But then here's your little habit tracker here. You have a space for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 habit trackers, or 7 habits, or whatever you want to track. And then you have a little spot here for your embellishment that you want to add. Now, there isn't really room on here for like weekly notes or like a weekly list because of the habit tracker. So if you were somebody that wanted to do that, then you would probably need to put a box over it if you didn't want the habit tracker. So that's what this one looks like. And it kind of looks like it might be about the same amount of pages. So it looks like it might be half and half as far as no embellishments and embellishments. So now let's take a quick look at the embellishment pages. What I will say when I was opening this is it looks like all your weeks are together. There are a few pages where they're like dot grid on the back or dot grid on the front or blank page on the front, but it's only a handful. And when I say only a handful, I mean like 2 or 3. So it's not like 12. So it is going to be hard to like separate the months. And I understand that when it's undated, it's a little hard because some months have 5 weeks, some months have 4 weeks type thing. But it almost means like, do you keep them all together? Like keep all your weeks together and don't separate it by month? I don't know. All right, I'm going to do one more frame check because I've been chatting and moving things around. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move my little garland thing out the way. I'm going to flip it, but I'm going to speed it up a little bit so that way you can kind of get an idea of the embellishments. But you can see the embellishments are going to be different. You're going to have some like entire perimeter embellishments. You're going to have some that are just at the top. You're going to have some that are just decorated spine. And then you're going to have some that just has a few embellishments on the pages. So obviously this is one of your more decorated pages, but you'll see some of them are not as much decorated. So you can see some of these, even the pages with the embellishments, like immediately following it, it was pages without embellishments. So there are still a decent amount of neutral pages. So it just depends on whether or not you're someone that doesn't mind it. Some people actually prefer to have a pre-decorated planner so they don't have to decorate it all the time. So that could work for certain people. You could also pick and choose which months you use the decorated pages and which months you do not. Okay, so here we go with the paper. So you get like a handful of sheets here. We're going to play real quick. Before I even get to the other stuff, we're going to play. So this is creamed color paper. So you can see what the whiteout looks on it. So you can see there's the color difference. Now I'm going to try with my 07 Rytech. This is my favorite pen. All right. So you can kind of see a little shadowing. Like this is 100 GSM, but I can see a little bit of shadowing through it. I write hard, so I can actually feel it through there because I need to like learn how to like not press so hard, but I guess that's just how I write. This is this is an 07 too. That made no sense, Tracy. You're using the same exact pen. Where's an 05? All right, 05. That should be fine. Yeah, that's pretty much fine. Let's try the Erin Condren blue one, and we'll try this more to see if it bleeds. Not bleeds, smudges, because this one smudges a lot in my planners or my journals. Okay, it did not smudge, so dried quick. That says a lot about the pen, but also the paper. And that one, you can kind of see it a little bit through too. A little bit of, is it ghosting, shadowing? I don't know. And then we're going to try this Pen and Gear brown mild liner. So that one you can kind of see through, especially where I end it. You can see that one a little bit. Let's pull a Tombow because these are like non-bleed pens or markers. Yeah, that's good. You can still see the shadowing through it, but you could probably write over it and not tell. So it's not any bleed, which it shouldn't be at 100 GSMs, but you can still see it a little bit through the paper. All right, so that's the pen test. So that is all of the planning products or the planner pages and the paper. So there we go there. Now we're going to get to the other stuff that came with it. So this is kind of what makes this super unique. So you get 12 pages of vellum and 12 sticker sheets. Let me try to organize these first so we can kind of look at them together as like kind of like the same type of theme. All right, now I'm not 100% sure that I got all of these right, but we're just gonna go with it. So I'm gonna pull the piece of vellum and the sticker sheet that I think goes with it. So there we go there. So we have the vellum, which is thicker. I love vellum because you can kind of see through it or whatever. And then this is washi stickers. So they are definitely like your thinner washi. And even though it's frosted, it does go on like more transparent once you see it. So that's the first set, I think. This is more about, can Tracy like match them? It's like a game of concentration. And then here's the second one. So like more of your medieval fantasy type vibes. And then this one is the Victorian vibes. See, I know some of these are right. Some of these are right. I got these right. The first three I think we got right. Now I think this one's right, but who knows? So this is like the women of history, the women in history. And then here's like another one of just like women in fashion and things like that. So we're going to assume they go together. This one kind of screamed of gothic to me. So that's why I put these two together. I'm pretty sure this is right. Very, very cool. We can see that some of these same patterns were also on the planner pages. So you can also match the planner pages with the correct theme if you wanted to like theme it all out. I'm trying to find a place to put this. All right, and then we're gonna have, this is more of like the woodlands type theme. We have the mushrooms, and then this is some of the mushrooms and like the woodland creatures. And then your Egyptian vibes, which I'm so feeling right now. I bought so many stamps for the Egyptian. Now this one, I'm not sure if this is the set that goes together, like the apothecary and the this. I wasn't sure, but we're just going to put it together because it was kind of like the odd man out. But there we go there. I mean, it has the same color. So I think these two do go together. And then we have your like, this is very France to me, like wine country. This one, let me grab a sheet of paper. Where's the paper that I just wrote on? Because this one's a little light. It's kind of hard to see. So there we go. And then this is more of your travel one. So this one you have your like map. And then this you have your pirate ship, some steam engines, trains, stuff like that. And this is the Forest Jewel. So there we go there. Figure these two might go together. It looks kind of foresty with still some of like your magical vibes, your fantasy type vibes. And then finally, we have your more astrology one. So this one, you have like zodiac, you have your like little celestial astronomy type stuff. There we go. So being I have a scrap sheet of paper, let's pull one of these stickers off so I can show you what I mean when I keep saying that even though it doesn't look like, you can see the frostedness on it, even though these don't look like they're going to go on clear, they blends right in with the paper. See that? It blends right in with the paper. So it doesn't even look like a sticker. And because it's super thin, it really does melt with the paper. I don't know if that's the right terminology, melt with the paper. But there we go. So yeah, I like it. I like how everything came together. So you have your vellum, which you can use as dividers. You have your matching sticker sheets, plus you have some like decorated pages and some not decorated pages. So you can kind of match everything up or do whatever you want. But you have enough for a whole year. I just have to figure out, because there's not enough blank fronts and backs, I'm assuming you just keep all of them together, all of your weekly pages together, and don't really separate them by months. But we do get 12 vellum sheets, which to me are like monthly dividers. So I don't know. I got to figure that out. I got to figure out how I would like to do that. As far as putting it in my planner, which we're going to put it in my planner so you guys can kind of see how thick everything is. I do want to separate everything right now though. So you can't separate them monthly because the first month has this on the back. It would have been nice if there was a blank page on the front of this, so that way in like future years you could actually pull these out and like keep them, but it's going to have the calendar on it. So that's like one bummer. As someone who doesn't really keep her planner, I don't like to archive a lot of my planners. So like especially my monthly calendar is like, if I could have a choice about if I'm downsizing and only going to keep certain things, it's not going to be the monthly calendar. All right, so I'm going to put this here. See this how it has a dot grid on the back of the monthly calendar? I wish it was also on the front. All right, so we'll just add the sticker sheet with the vellum because I like to keep them together now that I have them all organized. And now we'll add our fancy sheets, our embellished planner pages. We'll add another one for now, and then we'll add our blank ones. And then we'll just add the rest. And then I'll go through and like set everything up as far as which decorated pages go with which decorated vellums, because yes, that's just how I am. I want to keep it all together. Okay, so I think that's everything. Well, there we go. So there is room to grow, y'all. There's room to grow. There's not much because these are small rings. It does not say what size the rings are, but these are smaller rings, so you can only add a little bit to it, but you can still add a decent amount, I think. A little bit, but a decent amount, if that makes sense. So let's just do this, and there we go. Remember, we can't forget the cute little box that we get to put it back in for storage, which is really nice when you do have a small, soft bound planner, so that way you can kind of keep it in there and it stands on your bookshelf a little bit better. So there we go, y'all. That is the planning companion from Cora Crea Crafts. Again, you can use my discount code PLANS15. That's PLANS with a Z, PLANZ 15, to save 15% off of any of your purchases from Cora Crea Crafts. And that also includes your first subscription. So definitely take a look at the site. There's a lot of unique things. Definitely, like, you know, it's definitely, I'm finding a lot of things that I like. That's kind of more of my vibe that I'm finding out about. I'm like kind of going in the more vintage direction, but I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I still encourage you just to take a look at the website and see what's there, because they do have some unique items on there that you may end up liking, and they do have a pretty low free shipping threshold as well. So yeah, that is all I have for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please press that like button, and if you have yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider hitting that subscribe button. All right, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.